Hello, good evening, and welcome to Sandra from Sandra's Stamp & Craft Studio. And here we are again on another Wednesday night on YouTube Live. So, just checking my cameras, screens are all doing okay here. So let's just get that set up. Now, tonight I try and keep the theme going from week to week. So Sunday night I shared with you on Facebook Live the Light the Candle kit collection. Now this is a beautiful set. Now I'm going to get you down onto the table. I'm just going to recap on that quickly for you. So here is my Light the Candle kit. Now these are the kits from Stampin' Up. This is the very latest. And a quick recap in case my followers have been on there for Sunday evening. Hi Shaz, lovely to see you. I need just private message me your address, will you? Because I've got a card to send to you from the, what would it be if it wasn't what it was? I still need to post that to you. So this is the Light the Candles card kit collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love it to pieces. And I did this on Sunday night on my YouTube Live. Just to recap, to say quickly that I am on a week-long, well 9 days actually, pop-up studio, pop-up shop. And so all my supplies, you will notice from the shelves behind me, all my supplies, everything is over at the venue that I'm showcasing at this week. So it's half term here in the UK, in Norfolk. So I'm there for this week, but traffic's a bit slow because it's been very wet and windy, apart from today and yesterday. Got some customers and some nice feedback in today, so that's good. So these are the 2 cards that you make in this kit. You have the kit, you have 4 cards of each, and you have lots of pieces left over in the kit here. You have the stamps, you have the dies, you have the block, and you have the ink spot and some embellishments, etc. So pop that to one side for the time being. So moving on from that, I want to do some additions with the Rainbows of Happiness kit. So if I just move that out of the camera shot, there we go. And I'm going to use the Rainbows of Happiness with some of our note cards. Just moving that slightly. There you go. Get you straight. I can't bear you not straight on the board. There we go. That's a bit better. So the Rainbows of Happiness kit here, card collection. Okay. Yes, just drop me a message. That's great. Absolutely. I'm glad I'm in the right place anyway. So Rainbows of Happiness, I'm just trying to move this in a little bit closer for you so you can see a little bit better. It seems to be a long way away from my desk, if you can believe me on that. There we go. That's better. Okay, Smudge again is scratching like mad at the door. Daddy's gone to bed and it's only 9 o'clock. So she's desperate to get in here. So if she really disrupts me, then I will just let her in. So I'm going to share this, some bits and pieces I cut while I was out today, using the rainbow dies that are in here, but use the brilliant rainbow dies, but using the colours that are in the Light the Candle kit. So hope that makes sense. I'm going to pop that to one side just for now. So the colours that are in here are actually they have put them in here. The Coastal Cabana, the Daffodil Delight, the Magenta Madness, and Mango Medley. The Night of Navy is just for the accent pieces. So in here you can see they're just the banners. So I will leave those for tonight, but I've cut some pieces ahead of time just for the rainbows because I think that they will go really nicely with that set. So just pause for one moment. Oh, let's smudge in. Yes, I'm just gonna, sorry. There you go. Get her on the chair and hopefully she'll sit nice and quietly. So sorry about that, ladies. So I had a bit of a play. I love pulling kits apart. So when we get the Stampin' Up kits, for the beginner kits or the normal crafters, casual crafters, they are great set because you've got everything in there that you need to make those gorgeous cards. However, there's so much more you can do besides. So if I give you for a suggestion that this is one of the envelopes. So here is my envelope. that was sealed down like so, and I've pulled this piece apart. Just slide that up so you can see the bottom. I've pulled that apart like so. So this was the inside of the envelope. I believe that was the inside. Yes, the right colour. So that's the inside of the envelope. But there's so much more going on here that we can use, okay? And with the card base, we have opened this card out and we have the front and the back, and we have lots of pieces in there. So leave them alone, Smudge. They're not yours. So I'm just pulling a couple of pieces out here, just so that you can see what I mean. This is one of the card bases, cut in two. Okay, so I could use those on my note cards. I've got an inside here and I've got two pieces there. So that's just one suggestion. With these, I am thinking of doing something with the rainbows and having half of a card front or card base, cut in half and just sat on top of a note card and envelope. Fabulous mat here. It's really, really good. I'm just trying to look for a ruler and I don't have one easily to hand. Shh. They know you're beautiful. Just shut up. Bless. Don't work with animals or children, hey? That's what they say. So I'm going to just pop this in my trimmer here, just to give it a little bit of a background colour. I want to have some more of those colours in there. So I'm going to get the score blade out of the way and measure this to see what the half size was. And I'm going to cut a piece that's 3 inches by, where are we there? 4.5. Okay, so 3 inches down here. Okay, you can see me on there, can't you? Yes. And 4.5 this way. Okay, hopefully that should be a good mat size for that piece that I've just cut. Pop the trim out of the way. It's just giving us a nice background around there. So these colours are so vibrant. We have the white here, and I just think that that might offset our layers on there nicely. Now, I would normally gut the middle layer if I had all my equipment here to hand, but I'm not going to do that today. I have got my I've got my travel bags beside me on the floor here. I've got the event I'm doing is a 9-day event, so I'm actually away every day for 9 days. 2 days of those were free, and it's proving to be a good test site. I'm actually using it as a dummy run for the weeks that I've booked for June and October. But it's going very well. I've had somebody with me every day, and including tomorrow. Sadly, Friday and Saturday, my friend has had a family emergency, so she won't be able to join me. That's not a problem. I will still be there. I will still be showing up. It's just nice to have some company sometimes to talk to. So if anyone in Norfolk that's listening, any of my friends, and free Friday and Saturday, just give me a private message. And it'd be lovely to see you. So I'm going to take from there. I'm now going to go on to the rainbow here, because I'm going to use the stamp set out of the light the candle set. So here we have Happy Happy Birthday, Hip Hip Hooray, Light the Candles and Make a Wish. Happy birthday to you, birthday wishes. Today's your day. Wishing you and then happy birthday, whatever, and make a wish. So I'm going to use one of those, and we've got some little embellishment-y pieces, just little scattery pieces down there as well. So we will use those. I have in my travel bag, I've brought back a couple of blocks, I'm sure. Maybe they didn't come, but I have my Stamparatus here, so we can use that. Okay, the Stamparatus to the ready. So this is my first one. What I've done here is actually cut. Hi Maria, you found me. Yes, your box, you can have your box. I will deliver to you after this weekend is over. So you're there, so don't worry. There we go, all these pieces I've got in here. I won't be using the papers actually today, but what I'm going to do is actually show you how you can build these. As long as you've got 4 different sizes, you can build them in different ways. So there is a right and a wrong side. So I'm just going to line these up. This is a second line in, like so. And as long as you get one of each colour, they will be fine. I prefer to try and keep these two layers separate. So like that could be that one. That could be inside and that one could be there. But we've got the orange on the mango on the outside. So I would prefer actually to swap these two over. So let's go with that one next and the mango in the middle. That would be a perfect one because we've got these colours. I didn't want to have the orange on the outside. So let's just pop those away. By cutting one of each of the dies, I'm just going to pop this back to here. By cutting one each of the dies in here, you can place one whole piece onto each of the 4 colours and you will be able to have 4 different combinations of your rainbow. So you cut a whole one in Magenta Madness, whole one in Mango Medley, whole one in Daffodil Delight and a whole one in Coastal Cabana, and you'll have 4 different combinations of your rainbow. Okay, the same goes for the little one here. Let's turn that round. Same goes for this one. This is the same. It's 4 pieces, so you've got 4 layers, and you can do exactly the same. So it's great for die cutting because you know you can just cut those layers and you will have a nice finished result. These are from some we were messing about with today at the Rocks and Barns. So I'm going to pop all of these away for now. These are all my different layers of the combinations. And I'll put the clouds to one side so I can make some room. So I am winging it. You know me, many of you know me that I do wing it. And I'm just going to try and make these work. Okay, so it might be we have to shorten them. Have to make them a bit smaller. That's the orange layer. That won't show terribly well, will it? And then this one and this one. I have got a little trick for you that I want to share. So I'm going to start off, you can see me on here, can't you? I'm going to start with this one in the corner and I'm going to place that one on there and then we will layer these other pieces out from there. Now, often when you die cut your pieces, I'll just bring you in a little bit so you can see me better. When you die cut your pieces, you will notice there's some fluffy bits, I call them, from the dies, some offcuts, like little slithers around the side. So I tend to run my nails around the side, and I know that I would like to put that one in the centre there. So I'm going to take this in my tweezers, go down the bottom there, and place that on the bottom there. So I'm lining up on here and on the bottom. Okay, so that's the first piece in place. Okay, those of you who were looking for the tweezer link, I have actually put that on last week's video. So I'll put it, I've only just done it before I came on air tonight, just catching up. So I'm just running my nail along both sides of the curve here, getting rid of those fluffy bits, and that's going to be my second layer. So with some Tombow on the back here. Okay, that can come down there. And you're going to just leave a small border. I'm just going to leave a tiny little piece there. Now I should have done this before I laid it onto my card, but I'm going to run that along that bottom edge and snip that away straight away. Okay, so that's going to go down there. Okay, get that out of the way. So this one again, you can see the little wispy pieces on here. I hope you can see that against my finger. Oh, I'll just put my finger underneath there. They're just some little wispies. It's common with die cuts, so just run my 2 nails top and bottom of that and just get those pieces out of the way. Okay, so we can place that on there. We have got orange against orange, but that's the base colour card. I'm not bothered about that. And then here I'll take my snips and just come along that bottom groove and just snip that off straight. There we go. And then we can pop that on there and this one on the bottom. So you've got a little bit of contrast because those 2 orange Mango Medley are the same. But you've got texture on one and plain on the other. Now that little precious little princess is just laying beside me again, just quite nice and quiet. So she's doing really well. She knows she'll get some treats at the end if she behaves. For those of you who watched Sunday night, I posted a photo of exactly how she's sitting. Hi, Judy. Your first baby lamb. Oh, bless you. There's lambs at the Rocks and Barns this week. They've got the lambing in full flow. I've not popped in to see them yet. but it's a case of getting the time. So I think it'll be tomorrow while Gabby's with me, if I'm going to get there. But I'm hoping they might let us in for free and I can just pop in and see the lambs. So I'm just, again, just placing this on here and I'm going to snip that across there straight, just for that last little bit. I'm using the Stampin' Up note cards and envelopes. I absolutely love these. They're that slightly smaller size, but they're pre-scored, ready to go, and really handy to use. So just lay that on there and just make sure that that's going to touch the sides. There we go. If you wanted to, you could have put these on foam pads, but it's just trying to use, because I think they're a nice bright colour, that they go with these papers and with the kit. Of course, if you purchase the bundle, you'll be able to actually get the free designer series papers that I've used before. Hi Sandra, nice to see you. Yeah, so if you purchase a £45 order, you'll be able to get the designer series papers that are free in Sale-A-Bration, and they are purposely built for this set as well. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we are winging it tonight. We have got some bits and pieces here, but I'm just trying to include in here some other bits that I planned on doing before. Oh, where are my other pieces? Oh, I've lost one of my envelopes. Oh no, I've lost some pieces. Just bear with me a sec. Oops. Where have they gone, Smudge? Where have they gone? They're not in there. They're not in that one. Let's see. No, I had them earlier. Oh dear. What are we going to do? Where have they disappeared? I might have to grab some more cards and punch some more pieces, but that's not a problem. I can do that. I have a cello with some pieces in that were going to be paramount to our card tonight. We can fix this. We can. So just bear with me a sec. I'm going to grab some black card and a tulip punch. I am quite pleased with this one, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. So I'm shame I've lost my little bag of tulip punches, but I'm going to cut into, not being wasteful, but I am now going to have to cut into a whole sheet. And using my tulip builder punch here, just bring it back in, I'm going to place this on the edge of my card and punch out a black tulip. I did say to you we are winging it tonight, so let's just hope that this is going to work. So on this black tulip, if I bring you back my dimensionals, you can see the whole shape. I'm actually going to make this into a little bit of a cauldron. So I'm going to take the top off here, just across there like so. Okay. Now the next step I'm going to do is take out that middle section. Okay, just for the rounding a bottom of a piece like so. And can you see I've made some legs? Okay, so for my little cauldron to sit on the top there, I don't want that straight line. I just want it to sit with some legs sitting out the end like so. Okay, so we will make sure that that is straight by using our tweezers. So if I just pop this a tombow along the middle there, and then I'm going to place this on here. I'm using my dimensionals here to lean on so you can see the black against the white. We want to get those feet quite even. So we want them to be straight and even. So I think that looks quite nice as a little cauldron. You can probably see that better actually than I can from a distance. Can you see that? So I'm looking at that as being a pot that we're going to sit at the end of the rainbow. I have got another couple of cards here actually. I might just see how this is going to sit with another one. This is the other rainbow. This is the smaller one with the 4 layers cut, and this could be actually working better on here, I believe. So I might use it on this card. So we can We can sit that at the bottom there, like so. Okay, so we might do that one as well. So let's put both of those to one side and we will see where we go from here. But I need to carry on working on a piece of white so you can see me. Now, I have got back our Gilding Flakes. I'm going to move you out a little bit now because the pot's a bit too big to sit on there. So this is my Gilding Plates pot. And I have some Versamark here. And I keep my... I'll just turn that around. I keep my Gilding Flakes in a plastic tub, but many people will tip it out in here, but you get a suction. My Facebook Live people will know that this, when you pull this off, you often get a suction out of the pot. And if this is full of the loose pieces of Gilding Flakes, they will blow everywhere. Trust me, they will. So, oh, bless you, Shaz. Love you. Thank you. So I'm going to gently unscrew the lid off here. I only take out what I'm using at the time and I put the lid back on. There are some pieces in the bottom here which are probably enough for today, but I'm going to... Oh, okay. This is going to be difficult because I can't necessarily use this as I want to because my embossing powders are back at the barn. So let's just improvise, okay? I say, just bear with me because we are improvising tonight. So we have my black pot here and it is going to be a pot of gold. So I'm going to have some along the top here and I'm going to put some Tombow on there and a little bit coming down the side. Maybe just some dots and pieces along the bottom. Now with your Tombow, when this gets to the point, I'm going to put the lid on for a minute. When this dries, it gets slightly tacky. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm taking a heat tool. This isn't my Stampin' Up one, this is another one that I had before Stampin' Up. Again, because mine's up at the barn. I have left a lot of equipment there. There's far too much to bring backwards and forwards. But I'm just drying this just off camera. You can see this just drying. And it will go slightly tacky. Okay, I'm hoping this is going to work. Normally I would use our heat and stick powder. So that has taken the white glossy off that. Okay, you can see that. So if I leave that a little while just to cool down, it will go slightly tacky. So it's like a repositionable adhesive. And the glitter, the Gilding Flakes will actually stick to that. So we can take this off now. And I'm actually going to pick up a little tiny piece on here and tap it onto the Tombow. Okay, here, just stick it. It will only stick to where there's glue. I wouldn't normally do it this way. I would normally, like I say, do it with the heat and stick powder. Smudge behave. They love you, but hey, I can't keep getting up. Okay, so I've pushed that onto that sticky, tacky glue. You're going to think, what on earth is she doing? I'm just looking for my stiff brush. Okay, and I'm just going to brush this back into the pot here. Okay, so I've just put little bits on there just to make it look like it's overflowing out of the pot. Okay, rub all those pieces off. I'm rubbing it back into the pot so nothing is going to waste. And I'm doing circular motions, which will push that down on here. Okay, I say it's not as good as I would have done with the heat and stick, but I haven't got that here at the moment. Okay, so there's just a little bit down there and just giving a hint that there's some gold. Okay, so before we do anything else, we're going to pop that lid back on that pot and keep that secure. Okay, but I do think that that might be better. Shh, come here. Bless her. So I'm going to place this on the pot here at the end of the rainbow, maybe there. But I'm going to pop that on some dimensionals. Now, lucky for me, I do have a brand new sheet here that I haven't taken away. So I'm going to pop that, just pop some dimensionals on there like so. We're going to do that exercise again on the card in a sec. I just wanted to introduce you to the Gilding Flakes if you haven't already seen them. And a rainbow is typically, you have the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, don't you? So I wanted to have this here, like so. I might take that over the side. So we've got some pieces of gold on there. Okay. And I'm just going to put some more pieces on here and do the same again. So I want to fill in that gap there, so make that on there, and then I'll have some pieces just along the ground here. So the pot of gold has spilled over. Okay, so again I'm going to take the heat tool to it and just heat those up. I say this isn't my normal heat tool, this is a really old one, but I'm just making those go a little bit tacky. When the Tombow dries, okay, that will just take the tackiness off it. It's bubbling up a little bit there, but we'll just let that cool a bit. Okay, so this is again the same. This is the same as the larger ones, and I've done the smaller ones on here with one in each colour. So you've got enough to do 4 combinations of the rainbow. Okay, just to see if that's tacky. I think that is. So we're going to come back, bring the pot back, and we're going to do that again. So we're making it look like it's a pot of gold tumbling over. Okay, and it is a tulip punch. So if you've got the tulip builder punch, then that will be fine, or anything similar to that. Just look at your punches in a slightly different way and see what would it be. Remember last week, what would it be if it wasn't what it was? So you can make things that aren't really there. Okay, so I'm just going to knock some of that off, and you can keep going as long as you want any more on there. So if you want it to be fuller, you can. But it's just making a little pot. It's standing on its legs in like a little cauldron, and it's falling over with the gold. Okay, that's just giving you a rough taste of what I wanted to do. So the lid I will put back on straight away, because it will create a vacuum as soon as you lift that lid off the box. So that is my cleanest way to store your gilding flakes. Okay, if you haven't seen that before, I hope that that's been a big hint, a helpful hint for you. So I'll pop my brush out of the way. So I have 2 cards here now, the one that we did tonight, and then the one we did previously with the other pieces on there. Now these little clouds are from the dies as well. They are in that die set. I put mine on a magnet sheet inside here. So I just show you that I've cut some of these out earlier. So they are the dies in there. So they're really handy to have. And these can be just dotted on wherever you like. I've already stuck some down on this card, and we can put some down flat, or we can put them on foam pads. So bring back my mini dimensionals. We can put one in the middle there, and then turn that over. And pop these in the sky. You can have some half ones as well, so they're half on and half off. Sticking them with a little bit of dimension. I like them kind of on and off, and also half over each other, like so. Clever idea. Thanks, Judy. Lovely to have you back safely from overseas. Okay, so I just keep getting these little backings on here. I'm just trying to wipe them off like that. So I can put these wherever I like them, just randomly. Just odd numbers are good. So I've already put 3 on here, and I've got 3 on that one. I don't think we need those 2 at the moment, so we'll save them for another project. Okay, so in not having all my equipment here, I've actually shown you another way to do your gilding flakes. Because usually I would do the Versamark as I had out here, and then put the heat and stick powder, and you'll melt that, and that goes tacky as well. But that was just an emergency cover, doing it with the Tombow and letting that dry fully first. So what I'm going to do next is to choose a greeting. Now we're going to go back to the stamp set that's in the kit. I really do think I'm going around the twist sometimes. Just trying to find the stamp set. I did have it here, didn't I? There it is. I was going to say I showed you, didn't I? So we're going to have one of these and see where we'd like to put the greetings, and whether we want a long greeting or a small greeting. So I think that the hip hip hooray would just squeeze on there. So I might put that one actually across, hip hip hooray, as being a long greeting. Now with the photopolymer stamps, you are best to take it down, just drop it onto a table and let it relax. And then once you put this over the top, you're going to get an accurate, you know, it just relaxes into its normal position. If you try putting it on here, you can actually bend that. I'm just exaggerating there, but you can really bend it. Okay, so if you take that off and you just lay it on the table, on your board here, and just leave it flat, it will go naturally into its own position. So then you put the block over the top of it and you're ready to go. Okay, now for this I think we need a piece of a white card just to bring that through. Pleased to help you, Shaz. You never knew you could use the glue. Absolutely. I love my Tombow, and yes, there are other ways of using it. You don't have to be so accurate. I've got in my white, I'm sure that white card breeds, the little scraps breed, don't they? Said this the other day. So I've got a piece here. It's wider than I need, but I'm going to stamp this in black just for the time being because I think it needs a neutral in there. Okay, you can just see me on there, can't you? Okay, we'll try this one first, and then if not, we'll get the Stamparatus out. So I'm going to stamp that towards one end. Oh dear, the other cat is trying now. He wants to come in. You've been away for a long while, haven't you, Judy? I hope you had a lovely time with the family. So there we go. There's hip, hip, hooray. So that can go on that one, I think. And then we need, roughly chop that off. That will be for the left-hand one. And then we need one on here. Now I feel that this needs to be smaller. I have a little block here. And I feel because the card, the white on here, it needs something a little bit different. We could have Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish would be nice. That could just sit underneath that sentiment. I think I like that. So again, it's a tiny stamp, but I'm going to make that sit on the block, on the mat here. And I'll pick that up. It's natural, it's straight, it's in its natural home. Okay, so not the Versamark, the black. Smudge is watching me very intently, just like she was the other night. Okay, so I'm going to place this. I'm going to be very brave here, and I'm going to do it straight onto the card. I know a lot of you will be, no, no. So I'm just going to place that at the other end of the rainbow. Fingers crossed, everybody. Yes. So it's just make a rainbow, and it's at the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold is at the other one. So you make a wish. Okay. So I hope you like that. There's gold would just be overfilling out of that. So it's up to you how you want to put that on there. But that's just giving you the general gist. And then this one, I'll cover the ink pad up. And I'm going to grab my mini guillotine. No smudge, that does not mean there's treats in my hand. No. So I'm going to move that one out of the way for a second. And this one, I'm going to try and take just a little slither off the end there, just to make it a tiny bit narrower. That's a bit too much. We'll put that in there. Keeping it straight along the tram lines in here. And then on the ends as well. Now, did this have long enough, do you reckon, to do tags at the end? I think it has. If I make that a little bit smaller, I can flag those ends. I like the flags because it just gives it more detail. Okay, we'll pop that out of the way. Sweep them onto the floor. I will clean them up another day. So this one's going to come on here, but I'm going to just flag those ends. Okay, so we're going to snip in there. So we snip into the centre. You've seen me do this before, I'm sure. And then the ends come into the centre and snip that away. And the same this side. So from the corner and into the centre. Okay, so we've got flagged ends. And the same this end. There's not much space there, but we've still done the same. From the corner into the middle. Okay, and then this corner into the middle. Yes, and Smudge is here. We know you're here. I've told the ladies that you're here. Bless her. So that's just fitting on that card. It doesn't matter that it goes over slightly either side. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on some Stampin' Dimensionals that I've got here. And I'm just wondering whether to put them on just grab a piece of foam. If I can find a piece quickly, I will foam those, sponge the edges. Putting 4 along there. I think that should be enough, the little mini ones. So we've just got those spaced out nicely. And if I can find a piece of sponge in here, I believe there's a piece. I'll just give this piece a haircut because it's been used on another colour. There we go, and we've just cut the end off there, that's fine. So I'm going to use a colour on here. I think the orange, we've got enough orange. I think I might use the Coastal Cabana because there's not much of the coastal in there. So I'll pick this up. There we go. Just tap that on there, and I stroke this down the side. I go 90-degree angle, so if you haven't seen me do this before, just grab a piece of sponge and stroke that down. Got a piece of card. This is actually an old round tab punch, just so that you don't get your fingers dirty. Okay, quite handy when you're doing a lot of the same piece. I'm just going into those ends and into these ends. Just hold it rigid. Okay, checking on the time for you. I'm a bit earlier tonight because I am winging it because I've not got a lot of my equipment here. Okay. Now you need to stay tuned to my Facebook account because you might find me popping up on Facebook later this week. Okay, another live, just an impromptu, just popping on. So I'll just close that for now. Gone a bit heavier in that corner, so we could just go a little bit heavier in this corner just to compensate. So it looks like it's deliberate. And there's my sentiment to go across the card on this one. Okay, the blue just lifts it a little bit. Okay, so we'll take these backings off here. There we go. There we go. Shh. And I'm going to place that along that. You can see me on there, can't you? Yes. I'm just going to place this near the bottom of the rainbow. Okay, it's just touching on the sides there, like so. There we go. Slide that little piece of scrap out of the way. And there's a couple of cards. You didn't see me build this one, but you saw me finish this one off because I had a little bit done in advance. So if I just bring you in there, you can see those cards. Oops. That's the reason you put the lid on your Gilding Flakes straight away. The tub's just falling off the table, but it's all sealed in the box, so that's good. And the lid is on the pot as well. So there's my 2 cards. I hope you like those. It's just taking that a little bit further from the card kit here, using the same colours, bringing those colours through. You've got the Mango Medley and the Coastal Cabana, and keeping those colours, but taking them through to the rainbows, because the rainbows is my flavour of the week this week. Okay, so I hope you like those. And thanks for joining me this evening. If there is anything specific, as always, that you would like me to see me do on my lives, either on Facebook or on YouTube, the YouTube ones I'm going to try and do a little bit longer on those ones, so that will take a little bit longer for you. I haven't done envelopes tonight, but I have got envelopes here, so I will just take those aside and see what I can pop on here for the envelopes. So I do have a piece of the here. That's not going to be big enough, is it? No. Okay. So I would just tell you, has anybody watching me already got those dies? Because what I would suggest to you is that, I'm just wondering what's going on here. That card base, actually, I'm going to use that one, I think. I'm going to use the card base, and I'm going to cut a piece to fit on here. So we want it to be that wide. So a little pencil mark on there would help. If you've got the dies, I want to tell you to, so it's going to be about there. And I want 2 of those because there's orange, the Mango Medley in both of those. I want to just tell you, if you do have those dies, to save your pieces, your offcuts. So when you've die cut these pieces, just save those, because I'm going to be showing you some ways to use those. I've taken the solid piece out of these, thinking I could reuse it, but I want to keep the other pieces as well. So I will be playing with those, and I will keep you posted. So for the envelope here, we have, it's just under 5 centimeters. Oh, yeah, just under 2 inches, 5 centimeters. So take that one off and then do another one just under 5 centimeters. Okay, still got a strip there. Now that strip will come in handy on another scrap card. But in the meantime, we will have the 2 envelopes. So this will just sit on here like so and go with both of our cards. So if we take our Tombow and run this along the back edge and then around this edge here, okay, and then just fill in the centre. A little bit more over there. And this is going to run up to the edge of the fold but not over it. So just this side, press it down nice and firmly and then flip that over, and we're going to grab some snips and cut around the edge there. Just clean my scissors. I'm coming around the edge there nicely. You can see me on there just. And cut along that back edge. And again round that corner. Who's still with me? Anybody still there? You love them, that's great. So there is the flap for one of my cards. So I tend to put that in there like so and insert that so there's a flap there. And then the same with the second envelope here. And I will put the adhesive along the back here. Okay, and along around here, just spread that over. And then up to the fold, but not over the top. If it goes over the top, it's going to make it hard for you to close your envelope. Just press that on. You could wait a few minutes just to let that settle, but I'm just going to snip that away. We don't like naked envelopes, do we? We like to decorate them nicely. So I have my flavour of the week for next week already sorted, so I'll start my theme for next week on Sunday evening on my Facebook Live. So if you'd like to join me, I'm actually borrowing a set that I don't own off one of my customers, a lady who's been helping me this week, and she's going to be on holiday, so I'm actually going to borrow her set as well so I can use those to show you. They're really lovely. We were actually having a sneak peek play this afternoon. So there's my cards for today and the decorated envelopes. Okay, so I'll pop those on there like so. I'll take a photo and I will post those over in the Facebook group so that you can see the cards that we've made today. Thank you very much for joining me. Have to shoot off. See you soon. Yeah, lovely. Beautiful colours. They are gorgeous. These are the kit, Judy. I will catch up with you. I will pop over to you early next week. We've finished at Rocks and Barns on Sunday, tea time, sort of 5 o'clock we finish. And I will be packing up then. So I'm trying to keep early part of next week quite clear. So I will pop over to see you and I'll bring one to show you. Okay. Anybody else I can help, then please don't hesitate to give me a quick message. And again, if there's any themes that you'd like me to do or projects you'd like me to see, then please let me know. Okay, so I'll bring you back to me. I didn't bring the camera off, did I? There we go. Take you back to me. Say cheerio for now. Thanks for joining me tonight live on my YouTube channel. Be back on Facebook on Sunday, every Sunday at 8 o'clock as well. But I will be popping up before then as well, just as an impromptu.